Hi everyone, I'm Sharon, and this is Jamie from Sharonatsea.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, listen, it's come time for you to plan that big family vacation, but you're just not sure what to do because usually everyone wants to do something different. Maybe you want to go out and be very active. Maybe you want to get into some deep sea fishing adventures or something like that.
Or maybe you want to just lay by the pool, get some sun, hang out on the beach, and just kind of chill out.
Chill out a little bit, huh? All right, and so maybe you have some kids and they just want to hang out and run around with other kids and do what kids do.
Or sometimes you have to bring the in-laws along. So you got to have some things for them to keep them busy as well.
Well, no matter what everyone wants to do, we've got the perfect idea for what you can do on your family vacation.
Take a cruise.
All right, hey, real quick before we get started, if you're into cruising content on YouTube, you like cruise vlogs, cruise videos, cruise news, cruise reviews, anything like that, we'd love for you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so you always know when there's new content coming out or when we go live, which is every Monday night. But now let's talk a little bit about planning that next big family vacation.
Yes.
All right, so many years ago when Sharon and I first met, we went on a cruise together and we loved it. And then we took a couple of our kids. Well, then Matthew, our son, came along. You've probably seen him in a bunch of our videos. And as the other kids got older, went and started their own families, Matthew reaped all the benefits of going on the cruises with us. He started cruising when he was like 1 year old, if I'm not mistaken. And he's 14 now and still loves the heck out of it. Now, we feel that for our family, cruising is the perfect vacation. There is something for all of us to do at any given time, and that way we don't have to sacrifice with the things that we enjoy doing on our family vacation.
That's right, and we are going to give you 10 reasons why we think cruising is the best family vacation for everyone. All right, number 1. There are so many different things to do on a cruise, like we mentioned, something for everyone. So if you want to be more active, a lot of the newer ships have like all kinds of activities, rope courses, some have zip lines, like all kinds of crazy fun activities on them for the active cruiser. There are places just to kind of sit and chill out off on your own, adults only areas. They have comedy shows, Broadway style shows at night you can watch. They have casinos.
Yes.
Pools to hang out by, kids clubs. I mean, there's everything. So there is just something for everyone on the ship.
Yeah, not to mention you're going to go to different ports and you can do all kinds of different excursions, whether it's a day on the beach, whether it's a day sightseeing, you want to go to the ruins, you just want to walk around town, you want to do a little shopping, you want to eat some good local food, all that kind of stuff can be done on the cruise.
Yeah, so when you take a cruise as your family vacation, there will be something for everyone to do, no matter what your activity level is and what your interests are. Number 2, you can wake up in different places every day on the cruise, and you don't even have to unpack.
That's right. Maybe one morning you wake up in the middle of the ocean and you go out, look in your balcony, and all you see is the beauty of a sunrise. Then the next morning you wake up in port at a Caribbean destination or an Alaskan destination or anywhere that you want to be depending on what cruise you booked, and you can go out and do excursions and have all kinds of fun, see the local traditions and the local culture, and you're probably helping out maybe an economy that could use a little assistance as well. So that's never a bad thing. So when you take that land vacation, you're going to wake up in the same hotel room at the same place every day and have to go out and seek new adventures. But on a cruise, those new adventures will be right there in front of you every morning. And that's another thing to love about a family cruise vacation.
Another thing we love about cruising is it is very affordable, especially for families.
You know what, you're right. For years, people always thought that cruising were just for the rich and famous, or just for the old folks on their retirement and things of that nature. But it's just not the case. You can book a cruise for a few dollars. Each cruise line's a little bit different, some a little less, some a little more. But you can book it a year or a year and a half out and continue to pay towards that cruise until you're paid off anywhere from a month to a couple months beforehand. That way, when you get on the cruise ship, the only extra money you need at that time is a little bit of fun money and spending money. And if you're not a big drinker, gambler, and you don't want to do a bunch of shopping, you may not need to bring much extra money at all. And compared to, let's say, a week in, I don't know, Disney World or something like that,
my goodness.
or staying in a nice hotel in a nice town, it is really very comparable, and the prices are very similar. So if you think that cruising is out of your budget, I'm here to tell you that is not the case.
So unlike a land vacation where you have to save and save to go on that vacation and you have a lot of expenses while you're on the vacation, with a cruise, you can pretty much pay for everything up front and get on the ship and just be stress-free and relax and enjoy your vacation.
Totally. Okay, now here's a hot topic, and I know families are always going to be concerned about this. You hear a lot of stories about things going on in some foreign lands, Caribbean islands and things and stuff happening right now with regards to safety. And I know for us as a family, safety is always an issue. Now we feel that being on a cruise ship, we are extremely safe. There are minimal issues that happen on cruise ships. And for us to go on the ship with our child, we feel extremely comfortable when our son goes out and spends time at the camps and is running around on the cruise ship having a good time, that he's in a safe environment. And one other thing, when you get off the ship in port, you hear a lot about things happening to folks. In most cases, when there's an issue or a safety concern in a port or Caribbean area, that has to do with folks that are spending time there. They're in a resort. They're going to be in the same place day after day, where you're kind of an easy target for anyone who's a criminal or anyone that has bad intentions. When you get off a ship, you're usually getting into an area where that's fairly safe to start with. You're a moving target. You're not in one place all the time. You get off the ship, you get back on again when you want to, and normally safety is not going to be a concern or an issue. So for us as a family, and I don't know how I think you agree with that, we never feel unsafe when we go on a cruise. And as long as you pay attention to your surroundings, do your research.
And do your research and, book with a reputable company your shore excursions, you can feel totally safe. All right, I think we're up to number 5. If you are on a land-based vacation and you are staying in a hotel and it rains, what do? You're kind of stuck in that hotel room. Not really a lot going on, not a lot of activities, and you really don't want to venture out in a taxi and go anywhere at that point, and get all rained on. So you're just kind of stuck there. If you're on a cruise, they bring all the fun inside when it rains. So they bring the deck parties inside and they, change them up and do some things maybe in the atrium areas and have a big party. There's still all the other regular indoor activities that are always going on as well. Casino, just so many things to do to keep you busy if it rains. So you don't have to worry about your vacation getting ruined.
That is absolutely right, Sharon. So when you're on a cruise ship, Mother Nature is always your friend, never your enemy.
Okay, next let's talk about food. Everyone loves food, right?
Whoa. If we're going to talk about food, I think it's obvious that one of us is way more qualified to discuss food than the other.
Thank you very much.
Jamie. All right, so listen, when you go on the cruise ship, we mentioned earlier how you're kind of paid ahead of time and everything's included. And that's right. Basically, all of your regular meals are included. Breakfast, lunch, dinner available. All kinds of different places you can eat. All kinds of different foods you can imagine. Whether it's really nice plates of food, whether it's just slopping a bunch of food on at the buffet, desserts, treats, snacks, it's all going to be there for you. If you want something a little extra, a little more special, you can pay a few dollars and go to a specialty restaurant. Really take that service and that food up another notch. And when you get off of the ship, you can go check out some really neat new cultural items, things you've never tried before, the local flavor, if you will, and just eating on a cruise ship is always an adventure and a lot of fun. Now, I will warn you, you're probably going to gain about 10 pounds. So make sure your gym membership is up and running for when you get done with your cruise. But if you're looking for food or you're a foodie and you like to go out and enjoy food as a family on your vacation, I'm not sure you're going to find more options than you do on a cruise ship. All right, so just like I was the one that was most qualified to talk about food, I think in this case, Sharon might be most qualified to take on this next one. I mean, she is the one that runs the Cruising Carnival with Kids Facebook group online, and that has tons of information on this subject. But when you're with the family, who really needs to be entertained at the end of the day? The kids.
The kids. That's right. So there are so many things for kids to do on a cruise. Unlike a land vacation, hotels do have some kid programs there. In most cases, they're for the younger kids. But with cruising, they break them up into specific ages so they can hang out with other kids, do all sorts of activities. And they even offer a safe environment and great supervision. And the staff on the cruise lines are qualified. They've been educated in child development, and they are great with children. So whether you are entertaining your children off in a port somewhere, maybe showing them some new culture, it's kind of a learning experience for them actually, or you are on the ship and maybe the parents just want to have a little alone time, and you can take them to the kids club and they will have a blast themselves. This is another reason why it's a perfect family vacation. The kids are going to love it. All right, we are already on to number 8. And number 8 is a cruise is so easy to plan.
It is easy, and it's also a lot of fun too to plan a cruise. Now, I mean, I know the first time you look at a cruise line's website, you can be a little bit, kind of confused, like what exactly are we going to do? But there's a lot of things that you can do to learn how to maneuver that website and how to get in there and plan the perfect cruise. You just need to know the time of the year you want to go, have an idea maybe where you want to go. Also, if you have questions, you can call a travel professional like Sharon or somebody like that who can help you out. And once you know the basic information of when, where, and how, you get that thing booked and you're halfway there. All you need to do then is research a little bit about the cruise ship, the ports you're going to go to.
And just start planning the fun.
Yes, get a few ideas of what you want to do and you're pretty much done. Then you just show up at the ship with your luggage, you get on board, and you start the party. So planning a cruise is a pretty easy and simple process. You can go online and get a lot of your questions answered pretty easily. And once you start getting prepared for that cruise, it's going to be fun for the whole family, researching and looking at all the different options of what you can do together.
And number 9, there are so many different cruise lines out there, so you have lots of options to choose from depending on what type of experience you are looking for.
Oh my God, you are so right. I mean, if you have kids who are pretty active and you want them to be involved on the ship and have a great time, maybe you choose something like Royal Caribbean or Carnival, because they have great kids clubs and kids programs, and you can feel really, really safe leaving your kids there in the good hands of the folks working. Another very popular place for kids to go on a cruise would be?
Disney. If you are a Disney fan, a Disney cruise maybe you're the way you want to go.
Yeah, I think Disney's the perfect combination of great upscale service and fun for the whole family, no matter what age you are. But you really do need to be a fan of Disney or anything that has to do with Disney. All the characters at their parks you'll probably encounter there. And that's a great way to go. There are some other cruise lines out there that are a little more upscale, maybe more adult or more geared towards adult.
Yeah, like Princess Holland America, you'll tend to find a little celebrity. You'll find an older crowd on those ships for the most part.
Yes.
There's MSC, which is kind of it's a European-based cruise line, but it's kind of coming over to the United States now and kind of up and coming. And it's a little more, I would say, a little more adult or kind of upscale, although they're incorporating a lot of new things for kids on that cruise line. So I'm kind of watching that. It might be a great...
I think if you have teens, then you can entertain some of these other ships because there might be a few more things to do versus toddlers who might be a little bored. And of course, there's another great cruise line that has a little bit of something for everybody.
Norwegian, and they are kind of up and coming with a lot of new kid activities too that they didn't used to have in the past. So that's another great option for kids and the older crowd as well.
Yes, and that's a cruise line we haven't been on yet, and in a few short months we'll be on the Norwegian Encore, and we are super excited to see what they offer on that cruise ship. I heard they have go-karts, is that true?
They do. Well, on some of the newer ones.
Okay, some of the newer ones.
So
go-karts, that's insane. All right, so far we've given you 9 great reasons why cruising is the best family vacation you can take, in our humble opinion. Now we're going to wrap it up with number 10. And I think this one might be kind of obvious, it might not be, but the choice of cruise destinations is amazing. You can go out and see some incredible locations and places you would have never thought that you could go to, and you can do it as a family.
That's right. Whether you want to just visit the Caribbean and get some sun, you want to go to Alaska, you want to...
Oh my God, glaciers?
Oh yeah, maybe go to Mexico. You can even cruise Europe, go over to Europe. Oh my gosh, the sky's the limit. I mean, you can pretty much cruise anywhere. So your choice of cruise destination is almost endless.
You are so right. And now, in addition to all the different cruise ports that you can go to and check out with your family, one of the hottest things now are the cruise line private islands. Oh, yeah. You can go to places like the Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Castaway Cay, Half Moon Cay, or Key. I get it. Maybe you say Key. Don't send us any nastygrams. Key K, one or the other. But you know what we're talking about. There are so many cruise ship private islands where it's a one-stop shop. You can do everything. You can go on water parks, spend the day at the beach, spend the day at the pool, or anything they might want to do.
And one great thing about the private islands is they are kind of secluded there, and the only people on those islands basically are the people that are from the ship. So they're very safe. I mean, you know, letting your children kind of run around there by the beach, by the water and things, you can feel very safe that they're going to be okay.
Totally. And another great thing, no vendors coming around to you on the beaches, which can happen every once in a while when you go to a Caribbean island or something like that. All right, so Sharon, what do you think? Did we miss anything? Did we give 10 good reasons why folks should take a cruise family vacation next time around?
I think we did. But you know what? If you have any other options that you can think of, please post them in the comments below and add to our list to help all of our fellow cruisers out there in the cruising community.
Yeah, let us know. Tell us about your amazing family cruise vacation. Or maybe you don't believe us. You think we're crazy. Tell us why you don't want to take a family cruise in the comments below. So listen, we appreciate you tuning in and watching the video with us. It's always a pleasure to be here with Sharon and talking to you guys. Again, before you check out of the video, we'd love for you to hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are on. Come check us out on Monday nights for our Monday Night Live show. Join us on Facebook at the Sharonatsea Cruise Crew. Hang out with us, meet some of our friends, and chat it up a little bit. And on behalf of myself, Sharon, Matthew, and everyone here at Team Sharon at Sea, I guess there's just one thing left to say.
Happy cruising.